Hello everyone, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rian Ardianto. I'm from University of Muhammadiyah Semarang, and in this opportunity, I will give my opinion about online learning or e-learning. How effective is online learning? So, e-learning on online learning is a learning method that is carried out of the electronic media facilities or done online. This is a kind of study group where the implementation is done with the face-to-face, like the group facilities on a Facebook, um, WhatsApp, or the other social media. Inside, the teacher or lecturer has prepared learning material that is ready to download. E-learning is indeed to facilitate a student to understand more deeply the learning material being taught. Their student can ask questions, so the Q&A facility that has been provided can directly ask a lecturer or other student, or we can also ask privately by sending a message with a question to the person we are going to. Application of e-learning method like that has indeed been widely applied by many school or college. The application of e-learning is indeed to follow the learning method that had been applied in international university before. So then the method is then applied in university and the other school in Indonesia. Has the application so far been effective and run well? Um, in terms of the methodology, the implementation of e-learning is good for student, good for lecturer, because as I mentioned about, with e-learning, student can ask more questions about the material that is still not understand without the embarrassment of fear to express. Besides that, it can also accommodate lecture to keep it running smoothly and coordinate. With the time provided, if at any time the lecturer is unable to attend to the various region, or as the case with the extraordinary events of COVID-19, so lecture can be continued with the online lecture e-learning. So college does not have to be always in a class, but you can use the technology or media, internet, like the smartphone, computer, laptop, and the other. In addition, there must be many students who support this method, because it doesn't bother going to campus but enough to turn our smartphone or our laptop or computer and connect to the connection internet using a modern of Wi-Fi facility or the other if available. But besides that, in application of e-learning actually also has a negative side for lecturers who are lazy and too busy with their various advice. Of course, the existence of e-learning can be very helpful. The teaching job is getting easier and also economical. The most suffering from e-learning is certainly of students who are poor or underprivileged. Of course, there are more costs that must be spent to buy an internet data and to follow e-learning. Surely it will have an impact on the problem from the financial side. A very fundamental problem is the problem of network quality. A very fundamental. In certain areas, the network often inhabit the e-learning activity. When there is no internet network or a blank area, student will left with a lot of info, not to make sure that activities online will certainly accumulate and make a full list of tests will certainly require a lot of energy as well. Then a learning activity should be used then in emergency, and the teacher must be able to smart to search or choose the tasks that are given well, so as not to become a burden to their student. And also students have good activities and learn well as good as possible to following a good learning with the student with this method. Okay, that's all for me. It is my opinion. Thank you very much for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.